You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, let's talk about the backlash coming off of the last two games. As we predicted, and the Fever didn't like it very much, and the media didn't like it very much. As we predicted, the length on this team would come back to haunt it. The coach on this team would come back to haunt this team against good teams, right? We've seen that. The last two, you beat the Storm, who cares? Those are not the teams you got to go through to win titles. You don't. We got another altercation between Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark. Some people have deciphered that as Stephanie White actually told Caitlin Clark that she's selfish. No confirmation on that, but would it surprise anybody? Question mark? Wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me. And we know Caitlin Clark went cold for a good long while. Of course, she was set for a good long while, too, while she was on a heater. Now, guys, I have told you that I had fans reach out to me last year when they were doing the day-to-day injury fiasco, the sham, the mockery, the sham mockery of the day-to-day Caitlin Clark injury fiasco from last year. That was the start of all this. Well, that and the Indiana Fever fans are racist, according to Angel Reese. That was the start of the downward trend in the Caitlin Clark fandom and the Fever losing favor in the eyes of the fans. And I said, people reached out to me. They planned trips. They canceled trips. They bought tickets. They sold their tickets. They rebought tickets. They sold their tickets again. They finally gave up. People have told me, we decided to not try it again this year. All right. Then there was is there a back injury? Not a back injury situation. People have had enough, folks. People have had enough. Now, this is one of my longtime followers right here, John Michaels. He is a Air Force veteran. And he has officially said, nah, I'm good. I'm good. The family's good. We're not going. Message for Amber Cox. The Pacers ownership better be paying attention. Just sold tickets and canceled our hotel/flight reservations for the back-to-back home games on July 17th and 18th. They had tickets to 2 games. My daughter and I have flown in 2 years in a row. We're both so tired of watching terrible basketball. Right there. There's proof. There's proof. I mean, that's 4 tickets right there. But there's proof this man puts his money where his mouth is. And I saw somebody on this post call him a fair weather fan or a bandwagon fan. You don't plan entire family vacations around games if you're quote unquote a fair weather fan. You don't do that. You don't do it. You're not going to do it. Real Caitlin Clark fans, and they are fed up with how she's being handled and the way this team has been built, the way it's coached, you name it. X Griffin, we need more of these type of posts, but then again, they still won't give a shit. Well, Coach Anderson sent me this, and I said, here's the problem. Unfortunately, and fortunately for John Michaels, he was able to offload the ticket. But Amber Cox will just be like, oh, well, somebody else got the seat. We're good. Instead of paying attention to the root cause of the issue. It's still an issue. And if you don't believe me, we'll get to tickets for Monday's game. In fact, F it. Let's do it now. Look at that, folks. There are thousands of empty seats available for this game tomorrow night for a Caitlin Clark game. Thousands of tickets available. Let me just pull this over so you can see it real good. And $10 seats. $10.89, $11.80. There's a slew of those. Again, guys, we're talking about games that Caitlin Clark we think, is available to play in. This tells you it's not just an issue of, is Caitlin Clark getting the ball, scoring, etc. Is she struggling? I mean, Caitlin Clark's kind of been on a heater lately. What, in the last two games, 25, 26 points each? It's the overall product of the team as well, and how they're using her, and everything we're seeing involving the coaches. Boy, I do feel your disappointment, John. I live in Washington State. I bought tickets for the Indiana Fever game versus the Liberty on August 11th, my 68th birthday. I've flown many a mile to witness many of their games in the past, but I now feel I have made a mistake. I might see if I can get points back from Alaskan Airlines. And the Hilton, and cancel and sell my tickets. I still have time. So I want to wait a bit and see, but I am not hopeful that we can turn this season around with the current coaching staff. Boycott Indiana Fever games. Wow. I was looking to fly in for games this year, but after seeing the players that were brought in and then watching Stephanie White destroy our offense, I will not be making any trips this year. Wow. We have traveled multiple times from Michigan to Indy to watch the Fever the last 2 years. I'd love to go watch this year, but there's not a lot to watch, and I just can't bring myself to get excited enough to drive 4.5 hours for the displeasure of watching this Fever team. Damn. Got to be more careful. I literally went with my son to the park yesterday instead of watching the game. I haven't missed a game all year on TV. It wasn't worth the headache or the heartbreak. People are tuning out for the rivalry game against Angel Reese. People are tuning that game out. Pathetic leadership. They are basketball morons. Hey, you're not alone. We are 2 adults, 2 teens, 2 kids. Canceled our family road trip to Indy for back-to-back games. We canceled our July 7th through 11th accommodations. Ain't buying stuff from the Fever merch anymore. Wow. Wow. Thought about driving to Indiana to watch a game. Comes down here and says I don't even want to give them my time and money. I mean, seriously. I canceled our trip as well. Sold the tickets to Ticketmaster for a loss. Absolutely. Until you fire Stephanie White and the staff and yourselves. You are not alone, John. It is incredible how the Fever have let everybody down. I'm heartbroken. My husband and I are rethinking our trip to Indy as well. It's about to get ugly. It's about to get ugly. We won't buy tickets in advance, even if we even go. If we decide to go, we will buy an hour before the game. Wise decision. I canceled the trip to Indy for 618. Wow. Wow. I did the same thing. They need a different coach. Bravo for doing what I wish I would have done. Smart man, not worth the money. I, too, have now canceled trips from California to see the team in Vegas, Phoenix, and Indy. Wow. Wow. Fever just a shadow of what they could have been. Not just mismatch between White and Clark, but the terrible player moves they made before the season even began. All this pointed out by Black and White Sports, Venom, Maurice, and others. Ben Daniel, CDS, banging the drum. And it kills me because there are a couple of people in here trying to hammer this guy because he's a fan and he's unsatisfied with the product. He's a consumer. He's not happy with what the product is now that's for sale. There's nothing wrong with that. He should be. It stinks. It's ass. It sucks. The league and the team, are you still under the impression that Caitlin Clark is still not the draw? If you guys are going to die on that hill, this league and this team will crash and burn financially. If you're going to die on that old WNBA, that old hill over agenda, league's toast. Tell me what you think. Hit subscribe. The fans now voting with their money. Yikes. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.